Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another current household here on my channel, which I have not done for the year. Not that I really do them very often, because I feel like I've kind of showed off all of my personal households at this point, at least the ones that I still really play or have used them in LPs. But this is one that I've actually shown off before, but as you can tell by the title of the video, it's Generations In, and I have completed the Sims 4 Legacy Challenge. Finally. I started this challenge, what is it, 2015 or 2016, whenever Get Together came out. So my founder is basically kind of from that pack, and I will kind of explain not all 10 generations, yes, but as you can tell, it's been quite a few years, so certain things I've forgotten, but we'll go through all of that. Currently what you're seeing on the screen is my Gen 9 and Gen 10 heir. We're actually celebrating Gen 10's heir's birthday into adulthood. Surprisingly, this is the first time that I've had both heirs living when the next heir is aging up to an adult. And it's only happened with more recent generations that I've had the parents still be around while the heir is kind of in the point where they're supposed to be taking over. But here we are with my heir turning into adults, and my previous heir is still kicking. I don't know for how much longer, because he's already been twinkling on his age meter. So this is Nash Ishani Legacy. He's my Gen 9. If you watched my May 2020 channel update video, which was kind of me returning back after a minor hiatus, the voiceover for that video is this family, but it's his mom, and he's a toddler in that video, and I think you're gonna see him toward the end. So here is Nash in his elder stage, and his daughter, his son, his future son-in-law over here with no shirt on, his other daughter, and his lovely wife rocking her Foxberry attire as well. So I will introduce everyone through. So like I said, this is Nash Ishani Legacy. He is creative, child of the ocean. He's active, also responsible. I play with Wicked Whims, so it gives Sims extra traits with the personality side of it. So he also has hero, artist. He has appraiser from completing his aspiration of being a curator. So he's collected quite a bit of knickknacks that we have around the house. He is creatively gifted because he completed his childhood aspiration. He has the always welcome, happy toddler, and collector. So he has completed his aspiration, and he has also maxed out his fitness skill, which is part of the reason why he is still here. So if you did not know that if you complete both your Sims aspiration and max out their fitness skill before they age up to an elder, they're likely to live a longer time in their elder stage. So, but I didn't even explain the whole rules of the Legacy Challenge, so let's do that as well. If you've never played it, I've only played it in The Sims 4. So the Sims 4 rules are that you pick one of the biggest lots. At the time, it was only base game, really, that we got worlds, because even though we had new crests, it wasn't counted because I don't think the lot size, there's a lot big enough. Anyway, so this is the biggest lot in Willow Creek. So we're on the 50 by 50 lot, I believe, in well, we got a little eco-friendly light shine because we living in a green area that's kind of blinding. So this is the house that I've built after 10 generations, and like I said, we are in Willow Creek. Lord, that shine, we can't, it's early in, well, not early, but it's in the morning, so that shine is a killer. Cannot see my house properly, but there's my lovely house that I've built. Even though I love to proclaim that I am not a builder, I am proud of this house. This challenge has tested my storytelling and building skills, because building the house to this lovely mansion and everything around it has definitely tested all of my skills. But anyway, so Nash married his college sweetheart where he met her as well, Miss Ishani Legacy. I'm sorry, trying to get our Ishani Legacy. She's romantic, perfectionist, music lover. She's also artist, innocent, and gregarious from her aspiration of being a friend of the world. She's an elder as well, as you can see. And so then here we are with our firstborn, Ariana Ishani Legacy. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a lot. They all got the same last name, basically. Because I'm gonna keep starting over the name for some odd reason. Because actually, the initial last name was only Legacy, and I'll explain how we got a dash into the last name when I go down the family tree. All right, so she's there, and I'm gonna let her go ahead and age up. Oh, it's almost her children's birthday. Oh, this is oh, look at everybody celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday. Where is you going? Ariana aged up, adulthood, fulfilling dreams, planning for retirement, and midlife crisis await. The perfect time to start wrapping up those lifelong goals. So like I said, her kids we just got the notification about her kids almost aging up. This is also the first time I've had this many generations in the house. So it's definitely maxed out. So she's aged up. Look at her. Go ahead, sis. Proud of yourself. Let everyone grab a little bit of cake. I mean, we have a busy day because it's also her birthday and her wedding is later on today. And let's continue. Her fiance is Jake Dash. He's a semi-added from the gallery, so I don't need to know too much about him. So you can take a piece. I know y'all gonna be eating a lot of cake today because it's your wedding day also. But let's get into it, because I also need your dad to make your wedding cake because I don't trust hired caterers in this game at all. Our maid is over there cleaning up anyway, but as she does that, as everyone kind of eats the cake, excuse me, let's continue with, but I will tell you at least Jake's traits. He is romantic, music lover, outgoing lover, artist, and muser. They are in a musically inclined couple, while the previous generation is very charitable. I forgot to mention that Nash was also in the career that came with island living, and he was on the eco manager side, something to that nature, and he was very charitable. And his wife is on the charity side of the political career that came with city living. And she's still in her career even though Nash has retired. And their second born, Gianna, and her traits are she's cheerful, self-absorbed, and creative, and she's still a young adult and very excited about today. And then their last born, the baby boy Xavier, he's a geek, perfectionist, and creative. He also has happy toddler, artist, and everyman. He is a freshman at Foxbury University. Both Ariana and Gianna went to Brightchester, the complete other university compared to their parents, but that's fine. It's kind of only from generation 8 and down we're able to go to university, but I'll kind of go through all of that. But like I said, it's a busy day, so I'm gonna kind of let the family go through. I kind of have autonomy turned off because they don't like to act right when I want to age up someone. So actually, let's go ahead and have you. Oh, I think I want you to do gourmet. Yeah, let's see if we can cook like the tiered cake for your daughter's wedding, which will be perfect. Yes. Okay, go ahead and make that cake, sir, please, and thank you. I'll turn the autonomy back on. Okay, and I need everyone to go and take care of the toddlers because one is up. So we have the youngest generation, which is generation 11, Quinn, who is silly, and her twin brother, Quincy, who is independent, who needs a bath. Quinn needs bath and food in the bathroom. She needs a whole lot. Look like she's going to her mama asking for a bath. Perfect. Mr. Jake, I need for you to come and wake up your son and take care of his bath because your wedding is in a few hours. So I need everyone to be nice and ready. Wake up. And I will introduce you to the previous generation starting down. And we have a lovely graveyard. So I could kind of tell you about a little bit about each generation a little bit because their engravement on their gravestones kind of tells you about them personally. Yeah, hurt, sir. Come on, wake them up. Everybody else can kind of do what else they need to do. Everyone else should be good to go. Long as Nash is still making that wedding cake. Ariana, please take care of your child. Okay, he woke up on his own. Please give him a bath because I can't trust y'all to at least take care of the toddlers. Because for some reason, adults don't know how to do all of that. See, she over here acting fresh. Come and use your your brother's bathroom. Give bath to Quinn, please and thank you. You got 2 hours to your wedding, sweetie. Please take care of it. All right, family slightly situated. Wedding cake is done. Notification for wedding cake in an hour. Let me make sure you put this in your inventory before we have any issues and I forget it. And that's what I meant by issues, because I tend to do that. Have my sons make the cake and then forget to put it in their inventory and leave it right at home when we travel, because we will be traveling away from the lot for the wedding. So that's why I'm trying to get everything in before we leave. Because I can show you the genealogy wherever we are, but as for our lovely graveyard that I've built, I kind of want to show you what it lovely. Ooh, look at that! Despite the irritating aura, it actually looks kind of nice in this lighting. Lovely screenshot. It's nice for the thumbnail as well. Anyway, my lovely founder is living up here at the very top with her husband, Miss Ishani Legacy, and her epithet is Dance to the Beat. And like I said, she was started when we got Get Together, and in that pack was the whole dance machine trait. So she had that trait, because when you start the Legacy challenge, it has this whole rules, and I really wanted to follow it because it was my first time really getting into challenges. So you have your one founder. She has to be a young adult on a 50 by 50 lot. You have to have 10,000 simoleons exactly to start. You bulldoze the lot, clear the lot completely, and you build up from there. And so I kind of had my rules and wrote it down and everything, because I was like, I got to do this to the T. I want to follow it. Ugh, Lord have mercy. That's why I'm playing the Hendrix Legacy, which is something I'm actually displaying on my channel, if you did not know, which is me kind of playing mainly off screen and giving you guys updates per generation throughout it. So you can check out that playlist on my channel if you have not checked it out already. But anyway, like I said, so I had a whole like a whole law for how I wanted my heirs to follow. So it had to be traditional, so that means they had to be naturally born from the previous heir. And I didn't adopt, even though technically I don't really adopt much with the game in general, but I actually adopted with the Hendrix Legacy, but I didn't with this one. I'd never adopted at all. No, there couldn't be any no occult sims could be the heir either. We had occults in this generation. Never the heir though, but we had a cult in this generation as well. And then I also picked a particular trait, like if any of it, because I was using a random trait generator, so any trait that I picked had to be that trait that the heir got. If the heir did not get any, if no children got the trait, the firstborn automatically was the heir. And I never ever got the trait, which was the dance machine trait, which is the trait we got with Get Together. I was so mad because I realized many generations in that the dance machine trait is a trait that you only get as an adult with the random trait generator. And it's better to pick a trait that Sims can get either as a child or a toddler for that, not child or teen, when you're doing that type of, I guess, air rule thing. So because I picked dance machine, none of my heirs ever got it. So every single firstborn from this challenge was my heir. So Ishani Legacy started off, and that was her name. She had a husband named Kareem Reader. His epithet is See You in the Stars, so I believe he was an astronaut. I do have their traits written down, and I know I'm talking a lot, but this is 10 generations, so it's gonna be a lot of talking. You might hear some papers in the background because, like I said, I was writing stuff down to keep it all together. Okay, so I don't remember everyone's careers because it's 10 generations, but I do have the traits written down. I tried to make sure I remembered at least to write down the traits just to see how the traits will repeat out through the generations. Ishani was a dance machine, a foodie, and creative, and sadly, all the other two traits repeated throughout my legacy challenge, but not the one that I wanted. Anyway, her husband was self-assured, romantic, and a genius. And then we switch over here. I have heirs on one side and spares on the other side because I've kept every single person, and any spare that got espoused all stayed in this house and was buried in this house. So that's why there's so many gravestones. That's why basically we have a graveyard. So we're going to go for our heirs. Our next is Ishani Legacy. She's a bright, mean star. She was self-assured, mean, and a genius. And she kind of basically had to raise herself because we were starting off with hardly any money. And it was my first time playing on normal, not thinking of how fast everything goes because I used to playing on long. Before I knew it, Kalari, was aging up to an adult, and I was like, crap, she doesn't have any kids. I need her to have a husband. She just had a boyfriend at that time. So I had to kind of rush everything. So they were elders and died off while Ishani was still a teen. So I remember her because she entered the criminal career and met the father of her firstborn, but she ended up married to her high school sweetheart because she aged up before him. They couldn't date because, ill. So she had to wait for him to age up, and while she waited for that, she ended up going into the criminal career because by then her parents had already died off, and she needed money, and I needed money so we could survive. So that I've kind of had that as her story. She ended up having her firstborn, which is Haven. She had a mean jump shot, and she was in the athletic career. But also, let me actually tell you, Barry's traits were evil, glutton, and materialistic. So you see this is where I started getting irritated because I had a mean and an evil, because I didn't know he had evil until I think I moved him in, because I had them trying to rush everything really quickly because of how quickly off her parents died. I was so irritated. And that's what kind of threw off my whole legacy challenge and made me upset and not really want to play as much. Heaven's father was clumsy, a foodie, and a slob. So his traits and Ishani's traits kind of helped cater Heaven's traits, not Barry's, but it seemed like it did anyway because Heaven was a genius and a slob and evil. Lovely, wasn't she? Her husband, Bobby, who worked it out, I'm assuming was also in the athletic career. I remember his aspiration being bodybuilder because I tried to complete it so he can live longer and I wasn't able to. He was gloomy, insider, and a kleptomaniac. We have two lovely generations that I was so excited about. But moving on to where I kind of actually started falling for the family again, and I actually have a current household for this particular generation, well, the generation and the generation after. So Heaven had Raylan, and she was Enjoy Your Garden of Evil. She was a music lover, a geek, and evil, and I believe her aspiration was the garden one. And because I was trying to complete that, is how we got our mini garden over here. It's grown a little bit since she's had it, but like this stuff is kind of the main things. Quite a few plants have died off though, but I've been trying to keep it alive throughout all of the generations. She brought in my first LGBT couple, and her wife was Lola Legacy, who was insanely loved. And oddly enough, is because of her, I think it's why I really started enjoying the generation a little bit more, because I never played an insane sim, because at the time the trait is now called erratic. It was insane while she was alive, so that's why it's insanely loved. I don't know, she was a stay-at-home mom and she helped raise her single daughter, the only time that we had only one child in the family, because they were another couple that had a child late. Then we had Asia Legacy, a true boss lady, because she was in the criminal career also, but she maxed it out. And she also completed her aspiration, which was the first I had. 5 generations it took me to complete an aspiration and max out a career in the time that they were living. She was creative, a music lover, and a vegetarian, which was irritating because I was like, no, I didn't want that trait, because I hardly play vegetarian sims, and trying to play sims like that to make sure I don't cook meat food or food with any type of meat, I would make mistakes sometimes. Sorry, girl. I still apologize to this day for the times that I made you accidentally eat meat. She was also LGBT as well. Her wife was Marie, played those heartstrings. I don't remember much about her. I believe she was in the athletic career, but she had the music aspiration. So I'm assuming, for some reason, I can't remember fully her career. She was ambitious, family oriented, and outgoing. And this is also the first generation and the only generation I had a cat, and it was named Kitty. I mean, I didn't get very creative with the name, but I just figured Asia was in the crime mob. I figured she would just name her cat Kitty. So that's what we named the cat. Ooh, I'm trying to move you, Kitty. All right, and then we move on to her son, Blaze Legacy. Bring on the king, because he is my first male heir. So many generations, and he is my first male heir. So that's why he's Bring on the king. He was a self-assured music lover and outgoing. He completed his aspiration as well, and he's the first to switch careers because he got one of those offers to change up his job, and I was like, go for it. So we did it because we had completed his aspiration, which was the aspiration that came with Get Together, which was the club one or leader or something. So he became a natural born leader. He married Ishani Legacy, which was low-key a childhood friend, but she was really younger than, which I didn't realize until she moved into the house. She was a mean mama. She was in his club. That's what it was. She was in his club, but she aged up a little bit under than him. She was foodie, neat, and creative. She had the dastardly the public enemy aspiration. That's why I call her a mean mama, because she always had whims to do mischief and mean interactions. She was the mother of my first set of twins. So we have Caius Legacy, who was kneading your heart because he was a chef. He was creative, neat, and a foodie. He is the firstborn of my set of twins. That's why he's the heir. He is the one that started the bakery that we have not been to since his daughter's generation. So I think we still have some things from him in that generation. I don't know if I'll be able to show you that in this part because it's a whole lot going on. Like I said, I got a wedding today. He married also his childhood friend, Anastasia Legacy. She was a glamorous bouquet because she was a flower arranger. Is that the career title? I feel like that's not it. Florist. I know technically in real life it's called florist, but I don't think that's what it's called in the game. She was a genius, self-assured, and materialistic. That's why I said she was a glamorous bouquet. Then our next heir, Aria, is Foxberry's brightest alumni. She is the sim that is on the thumbnail of my May 2020 update video. So you get to see her and her sister in that video along with her husband Nalu, Kiamana Legacy, and this is where we bring in the dashed name. Swimming on land because he was from Sulani. Aria was self-assured, creative, and foodie, while Nalu was active, child of the ocean, and child of the island. He lived to meet the first grandchild, so he lived to meet Nash. Anastasia was able to meet, no, not Nash. He was able to meet Ariana, excuse me. Anastasia, who is Caius's wife, was able to meet Nash as well. So only into the recent generations were I able to have at least a previous generation around to meet the grandchild, which doesn't happen very often for me, because my sons be aging and dying quickly, because I didn't realize that completing their aspiration and level 10 in the career is it. And then on the other side we have the spares. I'll just kind of go through their names because this is getting kind of long, guys. We have Harmony, who is the daughter of Ishani, and her older brother Hakeem, who is her firstborn from her marriage with Barry. He's a special father because he was abducted by aliens and had an Naturi. He married Natalia Legacy, and they also had Malachi Legacy. Then Phoenix is the sister of Raylan. And then we have Ivy, who is the sister of Blaze, and he also has a younger sister, two younger sisters, Ivy and Willow. Ivy had a son with Blaze's friend named Tariq. And then who is next? Calix. Calix is a twin brother of Caius. And then we have Cadence, who is also their younger sibling. And then we have Briar, who is the younger sibling of Arya. That is a lot of Sims for a lot of generations, but I'm so proud of myself for making it this far. But so while we got the rest of the house get going and we got the wedding in an hour or so, I'm gonna meet you at the wedding and kind of show you guys the family tree, and then I'll end off the part here because I feel like I've been talking forever. All right, guys, so here we are in Sulani for the wedding, which is definitely loving, making Nash very happy because he definitely has the traits from his father, as well as sister Nova, which I forgot to mention. Is the first time I've actually had to move a sim out of the house, so let me let everyone continue. I keep pausing. Nash has a sister named Nova who should be coming to the wedding as well. She actually had to be moved out of the house because Ariana had twins. Jake was not living in the house while Ariana was pregnant, so that's why they're just now getting married while their kids are toddler and almost kids. The house got maxed out with her having twins. While she was pregnant, I was like, we good. I ain't gotta worry. Nova can stay in the house. I'm gonna move Jake in after she had the babies because they just became together. She literally got pregnant the first time they had a little fun. So I was like, I'm not gonna rush it. She's ambitious. Ariana's not gonna rush to get married anyway. And so I was like, let me wait until after she has the baby to pull him in. Homegirl had twins, and that's actually when we got the notification, which I need to show you guys. Not that it's like I feel like I need to prove anything. All right, here we go. I have legacy player. Play a household for 10 generations or more. I actually thought I was gonna get this when Ariana aged up to a young adult because she was officially the 10th generation, but we didn't. I was like, okay, well maybe when she gets like an elder or something, because it says we have to play through. So maybe I need to play all the way through Ariana's generation for it to count. But technically you just have to birth 11 generations. Because as soon as we got finished naming the twins, I got the notification of legacy player, which made me so proud. All right, so let's get this wedding on the way because I've been talking a whole lot and I need to show off this family better than you guys seeing them like that. I do want to go ahead and show off the genealogy, so you can see it from the beginning and see how the family tree has expanded out. All right, so here is my genealogy from Kalari, my founder, all the way down. Now, sadly, this is the reason why I wasn't rushing to show you the genealogy, because some of my Sims have been culls from the genealogy, so you're not seeing the full span of everybody. But we start off with Kalari, and then we go to her daughter Ishani, and then you see Kalari's husband. So the spouses will pop up once I click on the child. So there's Ishani, and then she had her 3 kids, and then we have Haven. Well, let me click on Akeem so you can see Barry. There's Barry. So let's go back to Heaven because she's the firstborn. So she was there, and that's her dad. And then she had Raylan and her sister Phoenix, who's been called from the genealogy. And then her dad Bobby. And then she only had one child, Asia, who her wife has been called, I believe. Maybe not, because there's Lola, her mom, who was erratic. I said, who brought the love back into this entire generation for me. She had 3 kids. She was a single child, so she had 3 lovely children who brought on my first male heir. And then as you can see, Ivy had her son Tariq. So Blaze, okay, no, there's Mary. There we go, Mary. And then we break down to the kids, Blaze, and he had my first set of twins, Caius and Calix, who was also LGBT as well, but he never had any kids. He definitely dated, as well as Cadence. No, she didn't date. I didn't play because by then it was too many Sims in the house. So I tried to have the spares have a life as much as I could, but I couldn't get it. Like Hakeem, like I said, he got married. His wife, I believe, has been called, and as well as his kids. So I really couldn't show you much of that. So that's why I moved on. All right, and then like I said, we have Caius here, excuse me. Calix is his brother. Caius, who had Aria and Briar. So Ariana was my heir. And then she had Nash and his sister Nova. Here's Nova, who I had to move out, and because with the Legacy Challenge, you're only allowed to play the heir household. So I have her clicked as unplayed. The game auto had her marry, so I don't know the husband, so the husband ain't gonna be at the wedding. Sorry, Nova, you got married without telling nobody. And then here we go with Nash, and then into his family as it goes down with his lovely 2 grandkids. All right, so I'm trying to let a few more of the guests arrive. I'm really waiting for Miss Nova. Okay, there Miss Nova go. Here is Nova looking mad. For what? Because she a diva. Nova, I can't remember all her traits because I only wrote down the heir's traits. I know she is materialistic. She is a social media influencer, and she's a celebrity, so she's probably feeling a little bougie about everything, but that's all right. Do you, boo-boo? Long as you come to your daughter's wedding, your niece's wedding, excuse me. So let me have our lovely couple come and get married. Let's waste no time. Get married to Jake Dash, and hopefully everyone will come and sit and enjoy the lovely ceremony. You sir, come and sit. Let's try to get the family members coming. Sit. Come on, sit. All right. I'm letting the toddlers do whatever. Oh, look at the cuteness. Oh, the beautiful view. Okay, is everyone coming? I'm sorry, I gotta pause because I need to see if everyone's coming to sit down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm gonna just focus on my couple because y'all like to act foolish. Long as you don't block my view. And I just said it. Really, Xavier? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He's gonna miss school. He's at his sister's wedding. Why are you interrupting? Oh, this is cute. Oh, let me get a good angle of my sis and her dress. See if we can get some family in the background. Oh, there is Jake's brother. Had to make sure, you know, we get his side into this as well, because I don't think he's met his niece and nephew, so we need to make sure that happens as well during the wedding. So much to do, but anyway, let's continue this because like I said, I'm going to end it with this lovely wedding. I did a lot of talking, so I'm going to just let the ceremony go. Xavier, do not make me beat you. Move. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. He actually don't look that bad in this pink. I never had a sim wear this, but I figured let's that be the color since they're both romantic. All right, continue. Oh, what a cute wedding. Yay. You guys are so cute. So cute. Who's gonna go cut the wedding cake? Anyone? No? Okay. Sweetie. Okay. Cut wedding cake. And as she does that, guys, I'm gonna go and end off this lovely current household right here. I know you didn't get to see the family a whole lot because I had to talk about 10 generations. Oh, that was cute. Look at everybody. Sorry, it's my legacy, guys. I need all my screenshots. Cause my girl, look at this beautiful wedding. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. Anyway, like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this lovely update of me completing the 10 generation legacy challenge for The Sims 4. If you have not tried out this challenge, maybe you complete it faster than I have. You never know. Go ahead and try it out because I definitely will be playing the Legacy over. I mean, I am currently, but I mean, I will definitely play it again on my personal time. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you did, please go ahead and leave your comments and suggestions down below. Hit that like button because you know you want to. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit that bell button. Ooh. Hit that bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And until next time, guys, bye. Oh, y'all are so cute.